What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Listen, we are starting up a new week, y'all. Starting up a new week. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. This is your boy, Chef Don Don. If you are not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Yes, we do have a variety of content here where we review reality TV shows. We're about to start doing some scripted stuff. So go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any time that we actually go live. Okay. I appreciate you all for being here today. We are going to be recapping and reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 15, episode 10, child. And the title of the episode is Healing by Sheree. Lawsuits and sloppy seconds is what I added to the title of this actual video. Listen, hopefully you guys participate in the actual poll that I did put in the chat, rating this episode, whether you're gonna rate it 1 through 4, 5 through 7, and 7 through 10. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all my rating after we get through the recap of this actual episode. All right, because I got a lot to say. Oh my gosh, I got a lot to say. hmm But before I do any of that, you guys know I have to get the church announcements out the way. Go ahead and get your goalies. They are back to 10% off with free shipping. So make sure you take advantage of that. Also, to go ahead and join Patreon while you have the opportunity to do so for the low rate of $3.75. Okay. Also to just keep in mind that Hot Topics with Chef Down Down and friends will be back this week. Okay. So stay tuned for that. All right. So let me speak to everybody and then we're going to jump right into this. What's going on, Simply Elegant One? What's going on, Stream Elements? You're going to make sure you in the chat, child. I don't know how to get that thing up out of here, but oh, child. Anyway, what's going on, Tommy? What's going on, Aunt Natty? How are you? Thank you guys so much for being here. And we're gonna go ahead and get on into this episode, child. Um, and This episode is going to definitely be a dragorization of Sheree. Okay. So I got a lot of things for Sheree because Sheree like to play in people's face. And so I just got to call out what I see. All right. Yeah, I saw thank you, Sharice. Good what is it? Good afternoon. I did see that picture before you sent it to me. I had actually saw it circulating around Twitter and Instagram. All right. So listen, child, we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode again. This is season 15, episode 10. And child, I'ma just speak about the parts in which I was really concerned about. There were some parts that I was just like, eh. But anyway, this episode um pretty much starts off with Ralph wanting to host a brunch for the ladies. Okay. Now, you guys know that the ladies are getting ready to go to Portugal. All right. Sheree is still up here acting like production don't pay for the trip, child. She talking about anytime Sheree put on a trip, it is gonna be phenomenal, girl. Okay, but you're not spending no coins. Okay. Production is spending all of them coins, so you can stop playing with us as if you spending up all the coins over there. We know that's not what you're doing, okay? Anyway, so everybody shows up pretty much with their spouses or their significant others or their date child, okay? And so we know that Kenya is currently dating Roy right now, and he is away working according to Kenya. And then everybody asks, Sheree, where's Martell? She says that Martell is sick, child. That's gonna be your excuse every time Martell don't show up, is that he's sick. Yeah, he is sick, sick in the head, child. Let's be clear about that, okay? Anyway, moving on. All right. So the ladies sit down, all the men are in the kitchen cooking with a chef. Okay, I'm gonna be very clear. Ralph did go ahead and hire a chef, child, just to make sure that they don't mess up the breakfast or the brunch for the ladies. Okay, so they do have a chef there. All right. So um they get to talking. Now, you guys know that Candy is a SAG member, so she is on strike when it comes to the movies and stuff like that. So, with that being said, um, the movie with Todd came up. So Todd has a new movie that is going on now. The previous the previous speak on it where he was talking about the movie, they didn't know that they were going to go on strike. Okay, so I just want to be clear about that timeline there because I did see some people bringing that up on Twitter. But again, I think the timeline is where we're kind of missing that mark. But anyway, they begin to talk about it, and so Kenya want to know why she ain't got no lead role. Okay. Kenya want to know why she ain't got no lead role. And so of course, Candy says, oh, without an audition, boo. And so Kenya was like, yes, I'm way past the audition part. And so Kenya asked who is doing the lead role. And so Candy reveals to us that Drew, again, of course, is a part of the lead role, which I think we already knew. I think she was just telling the ladies. All right. So then Drew threw a shot at Kenya's resume, child. She said Twice came out 22 years ago and that she ain't been doing nothing with her acting career. So then Kenya posts this. Hold on one second. Kenya post this. Wait, that ain't it. This is it. So somebody says, what are we even talking about right now? That ain't it either. Wrong one. All right, I'm gonna get it in just a minute. But anyway, Kenya post to to her Twitter saying that it hurt her feelings that Drew said these things because she hadn't kind of taken a shot at Drew's career or anything like that. Now listen, I can't tell nobody how to feel, but in my personal opinion, Kenya, you have thrown a little shade at Drew's career. Because whether you here for it or not, her music is her career. And you begin to say that her stuff was a little low budget. So I think again, you can't really be mad at the shots being thrown back at you. Now, look, we all know Kenya is a shade assassin, But my point here is you kind of threw shade at her, whether you feel like it's justifiable or not, you still threw shade at her music video. So I feel like here, I mean, just the shade could just go back either way, right? So for me, I don't really understand why Kenya was so hurt. Because I mean, you've been throwing shots too. So you gotta be able to take it. And we know that Kenya can definitely dish it. But in this situation, I feel like she should have been able to take it. Okay. All right. Now let's keep it pushing. Now they are all sitting at the table, right? And hold on. Hey, everybody that's just coming in. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, so Kenya's sitting at the table, of course, and we know, first of all, Bryson, Brian, Breston, whatever that man name is, that's supposed to be Courtney's baby daddy that that shows, I guess, that showed up to this scene with her to be her significant other or whatever the case may be. I'm just kind of not really understanding what their relationship is like. And I don't really think I care either. But the fact that I see you flaunting your baby daddy around here like your child not grown is a little weird to me. And I'm just giving my honest opinion about it. It's a little weird to me. I mean, because you could be friends with your baby daddy, your ex, your baby mama, whatever the case may be, but they do give, I don't know what that's about. But anyway, of course, we know that he's an actor and that Candy knows him, and so does Kenya. Okay. So moving on, child. Um, Roy calls Kenya. Okay. Roy is in Miami, supposed to be working according to Kenya. All right. So he FaceTimes Kenya, and Kenya shows the group Roy on her phone. As she shows the group Roy on her phone, Marlo then says, "Oh, I used to date Roy." Now I'm gonna just tell y'all what I saw on on the Twitter. I saw on the Twitter that a lot of people say that they know Roy and they actually know that Roy has a thing for black women. Okay. So here's my thing with this. I don't really know because when we get into the DM thing, a lot of people are correlating the whole Martell DM and Sheree situation and kind of correlating this with with Roy DM and Marlo. Marlo tells us that he was in the DMs. I guess she asked a poll on her DMs about what to wear, and he answered it. Okay. And he told her to wear this. So they went out on one date or whatever. And so this is my feeling, right? When Kenya came back to the table, I feel like Kenya gave Marlo way too much. And when I say that, I feel like you gave Marlo what she was looking for, right? You gave Marlo exactly what she was looking for when you came back to the table and said, "Well, I'm glad that he only went out with you once, so he'll know what's really going." Like it just gave off energy that I would not have personally given Marlo. I wouldn't have let Marlo see me kind of sweat by throwing those shades. I mean, by throwing that shade or those shots, because girl, you went on one date with him and clearly it was a date to Chick-fil-A and it didn't work. So I'm not about to try to prove a point. If we've been on more than one date and we doing what we doing over here, I'm not about to try to prove a point with you. Okay. And I don't also understand how we are correlating the whole Martell DM incident with this particular incident because I mean, it was before Kenya met him. And not only that, Kenya lets us know later on when she has a conversation with Candy that Roy already told Kenya about Marlo. So it wasn't that he was trying to hide anything. When it came to the whole charade and situation, now Martell's us believing what Martell has coming out of his mouth is like slim to none. We don't believe nothing that's coming out of his mouth about why he may have DM Kenya. Come on now. This particular situation, I feel like is very much so different. I feel like it is very, very different. And um I didn't really honestly see Marlo pressing the moment. I saw more so of Sheree and Sonya pressing the moment that, oh, Marlo dated the same guy that Kenya is dating right now. Oh my God, what are the odds? Like Sonya kept saying it. And so for me, I don't feel like Marlo, and by all means, y'all know I don't care for Marlo and not defending Marlo, but I didn't see Marlo give a whole lot of energy to that particular situation. I saw people around her giving more energy than she did. Okay. And that's just that on that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Miss Vernita? What's up, Miss Cynthia? What's up, Shar? What's up, Tracy? How are you all doing? What's going on? What's going on? So again, I feel like the people around her, Marlo's quote unquote friends, are the ones that made that situation a little bit bigger than what it actually really was. And again, I don't agree with Kenya giving Marlo any type of energy. Like I wouldn't have said anything to Marlo. I feel like when she came to the table saying what she said, it gave Marlo it gave Marlo something that it should not have. In other words. What's up, Ashley? How are you? Listen, if at any point that you are enjoying this content, remember we are recapping this week's episode. It is Monday, but if you're feeling like blessing the channel, the main way is by hitting that like button. And then if you like to bless monetarily, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Okay. All right. So we are still at the brunch, child. It was kind of a lot that went on in the scene at the brunch. Now, anyway, Marlo explains how she met, of course, and the food is being delivered. Then Kenya gives Marlo what she gives Marlo. And again, it would not have been a situation if Sonya wouldn't have brought it up. Okay. Because Sonya re-brought that, Sonya hashed that thing back up to start up some mess. Sonya was annoying, like, girl, you are doing too much. Yeah, she was doing too much. It was bothering me because again, like I said, not taking up for Marlo, but I felt like in that moment, Marlo wasn't trying to make that so much of a big deal as Sheree and Sonya was. I thought my eyes was playing tricks on me when I saw Sheree and her two different faces. No, you definitely didn't see no tricks. Okay, she definitely got two different faces. And that face in that confessional, unfortunately, is still swollen. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. And y'all see it just like we do. Okay. I mean, am I lying? Some somebody tell me, am I lying? No, I'm not. We saw that face. That face was still swole and hurt a little bit. It looked like it hurt. I ain't gonna even lie. Okay, so moving on to the next part of this actual sit down. Now, um, now Sheree shades Drew about paying her chef. Now, you guys remember that I told you I reported on this last, well, would it be considered last year? I think it was because I think it was before December because they were filming. And remember, I reported to you guys that I had saw on Diana Rose. Shout out to Diana Rose. I had saw on Diana Rose's channel that Drew Sidora had gotten served with the lawsuit while they were actually filming. Okay, is what I heard. Right? We reported that because Tasha K and her assistant did an interview with the girl in which that came up with these allegations, right? Or with this lawsuit. Now, this lawsuit was, remember, it was the chef that was supposed to be the chef, but also ended up being the chef and the nanny. Child, for me, okay, the chef and the nanny situation was one of those things that I definitely side eyed because I'm thinking in my mind, the true issue here is it sounds like you may have absolutely paid her for one thing, but you didn't pay her for the other thing. Now, Drew tells us that the lady is only suing her for $1,000, right? According to them in the after show, they stated that Drew, and I don't know if this will possibly mess up what's going on, but they did state that Drew said that she won the lawsuit. I haven't dug deep into the lawsuit. I plan on doing so since I did report on the original one. I do want to talk about it. And remember, the Shade Room actually done an interview with the lady that accused Drew of being the nanny and the chef and didn't want to pay. Now, Drew goes on to say that what the true issue is that the lady was just a regular person who wanted to cook. And I remember I told y'all when this first came out, I said it sounds like to me that this person was looking for an opportunity to be connected with somebody big. And the reason why I said that was because why was there not a personal contract in place when you working with somebody that is a star? When you're working with somebody that's a star and you actually have a legit business and you're providing business services, you would always want to get something in writing that confirms the things that you are doing regarding that. So when I told you guys back then, and I'm gonna go ahead and say allegedly, I told you guys back then that I felt like whoever this person was, she didn't really move very smart because I don't know if she was a friend of Drew or maybe just trusted Drew, but it did sound like she didn't have anything in place, which again was going to cause her to lose that lawsuit if that is the allegedly the case, right? So I just got to be fair with that. Um, but anyway, so Sheree shades Drew and says, "Well, is this the chef that you didn't pay, or are you going to pay him?" And it's a whole different chef, right? Now, Sheree brings this up at the table. But you know what, AOP, it's not even about an NDA, right? I mean, of course, an NDA is important to sign, but you should have had some type of contract written up. If you're going to be providing two different types of services, if you're going to be honestly, you need a contract for both services that you are going to provide. If you guys agree that she's going to be your nanny and your chef, baby, we're going to have two contracts drawn up, one for being the chef and one for being the nanny. And if we're going to have one contract drawn up, that one contract gonna be so detailed that you probably gonna wish you had drawn up two. I'm just saying because when you are dealing with a star, you're not dealing with an everyday person, right? We know Drew have been through assistant after assistant after assistant. She got 12 different assistants. So her work circle is extremely weird. So for me, I don't know what type of connection Drew had with that particular person. But it sounds like to me, again, it's like y'all had some type of verbal understanding that maybe just didn't go over so well because you didn't have it in writing. And sometimes, we learn from our mistakes, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like it was somebody that may have been close to Drew, and Drew kind of making it seem like she ain't know who the girl was, but I kind of find that hard to believe. But anyway, let's move on. Um, so let's get into it. Now, Sheree brings this up at the table full of ladies, right? Which I thought was completely just far gone. Like, why did you do that, girl? Because you just got on to Drew. I mean, you just got on to Candy about Candy talking about she by Sheree. And then you have the nerve to actually bring up with a group of ladies or with a group of ladies about Drew's lawsuit. I thought that that was just out outrageous. And when we get to this last scene, when, in my opinion, Drew ate Sheree up, y'all gonna understand why I feel the way I do. Okay, so the men are outside, of course, and they are admiring the home that Ralph and Drew lives in. And again, they asked Drew how much the lawsuit was, and she says for 1,000. Marlo says, "Well, girl, if you need help paying it, we got you." And so they kind of kiki about the they kind of kiki about the lawsuit. Now, Kenya and Courtney have words back and forth because Kenya feels like Courtney is very touchy touchy, which Courtney is very touchy touchy. You can have a conversation with me without touching me, without putting your hands on me, without doing any of that. Like we can most definitely have a conversation without you violating my space, right? And I really appreciate what Drew said at that moment was Kenya is just letting you know at this particular time what her boundaries are. Everybody is not cool with you being in a space like that, being in a personal space like that. And I think we have to respect that, right? Shout out to Miss Vernita for the Cash App. Shout out to Miss Vernita for the Cash App. Let's bump about it real quick. Hey, hey. Hey, y'all know we like to take 10 seconds and bump about blessings, okay? Um, so yeah, that was a little weird to me. Drew said she was her assistant's friend for 20 years. You talking about the chef and the nanny lady? Is that what you talking about? And what's going on, AOP? What's going on, AK? What's going on? Yeah, it just sounds like there was some type of connection there. And it honestly sounds like again, the I have to kind of fault the person who did not sign or did not approach Drew with the proper like, hey, we need some of this in writing. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing with it. Um, I just wish she would have gotten that in writing, and then maybe she would have actually had um she would have actually won that lawsuit according to Drew. Like I said on the after show, they alleged that Drew won the lawsuit. Okay. Anyway, we gonna keep on going, keep on, keep on, keep on going. All right. So the ladies, they arrived in Portugal, honey. Finally, honey. I was so glad that they finally got to Portugal. Now, poor Candy. Candy had that 24-hour stomach bug that you guys know when they were filming that was going around at that particular time. And poor Candy was in the bathroom on the plane. She has the root and what come out the other end. You know what I'm saying? And so poor Candy, she said that plane ride was horrible, honey, because she was in the restroom the whole time. I was like, "Oh, poor Candy," but I know how that can be. That's like, let me tell you something. When you got that stomach bug, that stomach, some dealing with the stomach, that is the hardest thing to deal with. And can you just imagine being on the plane dealing with that? Because you in a closed area. The bathroom is only so big. It's only so much you can do in the bathroom. When you're in the comforts of your own home, honey, you can mess. And I hate to say it like that, but you can mess in peace, okay? But when you on a plane with a whole bunch of people, child, you trying to be a little conservative. You try so poor Candy. I feel bad for Candy. I said, oh, I know they had to be rough. So anyway, the ladies arrived to Portugal. All right. Sheree talks on the bus about good vibes, right? She talks about having good vibes and about all of the ladies' relationships. Now, can I say something? Can I say something? When we gonna stop acting like Sheree is just the triple OG that is just getting all of these girls together like she don't have no issue with none of the girls on the cast? Okay, because that is irritating to me. I am so sick of seeing Sheree act like she don't have no issues with none of the girls, and you just playing like you are just Jesus at this point, like you ain't got nothing going on. Yeah, these girls, these girls, these girls, these girls. And if me, Deshaun, Kim, and Lisa Boo can sit down and talk our issues out, then these girls, these girls should be able to do the same. You got issues with these girls too. Maybe it's just me, but do y'all see that too? Do y'all see how she tries to deflect and act like she's just Queen Tut up here? She ain't got no issues with nobody. All of her relationships are just solid gold. Girl, they be irritating me. But these girls, if I could sit down with my old girls, Kim, Deshaun, you don't even got to say nothing to Deshaun. Deshaun ain't gonna say nothing to you. And Kim just gonna say whatever to try to fit in the moment. And Lisa Wu gonna be drunk. So, I mean, what we really talking about, Sheree? And what issues did y'all have that was just so detrimental, honey, that y'all had to sit down 15 years later to have a sit down and a talk and get over the issues? Girl, stop. Sheree, y'all, Sheree is a fumble. Okay. Sheree coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta is a fumble. Okay. Because a lot of people like to see Sheree make a fool out of herself. I am tired of it. Okay. I am so tired of it. Like, real talk. Oh, Sheila, you already know, honey, we're gonna be doing a recap on part 4 as well. Okay. Oh, yes, we will. You already know we will. But yeah, so Sheree, I don't get it. I don't get it. These girls, girl. You are part of these girls with issues. Anyway, moving on. I'm telling y'all, Sheree irks me, and I got so much for her at the end of this particular episode. So they're on the bus talking. Everybody, they get to the hotel room. They thank Sheree for the hotel room because they say the hotel room was good again. But this is something I want to say, and I had to tweet this because Sheree tweets this last night. Oh, yeah, I was just requoting everything Sheree was tweeting. I know Sheree probably was sick of me last night, and I do not care. I was eating her up. Okay, so she says, when I host a trip, it's definitely going to give luxury. Hashtag RHOA. And I requoted the tweet and said, with a whole bunch of laughing faces, y'all can stop already. We're 15 years in now. We know you ain't paying for nothing. Okay. We know you're not paying for the luxury on this trip. So let's stop. Let's just stop. We 15 years into this game. Y'all can and then when y'all do interviews, y'all absolutely come out and tell us that production pays for the trip. So why do y'all still continue to go on the show and act like production pays for the trip? Okay. Okay. AOP. No shade to Deshaun. No shade to Deshaun. Deshaun just wasn't a good mix for a group of housewives, in my opinion. She just and they could have left her out of this reunion. You know, um, I bet she will ask Drew to help. You know, she not. Did you hear Kenya saying all them telling Sheree how to host? Yeah, but listen, because when we get to the end of this episode, y'all, I'm telling y'all, when they had that sit down, Drew ate Sheree up. And Drew need her props for eating Sheree up the way that she did. Because even though Drew got up from the table crying, she still gave Sheree what she needed. I do not be coming for Deshaun. The only thing I have to say about Deshaun is not listen. She just ain't made for reality TV, in my opinion. She always on mute. So that's just how I feel, you know. Meaning, um, y'all can leave these on cheese where they at. That's what y'all can do. Y'all can leave these on cheese where they at, including Kim and drunk Lisa Wu. Okay? Because Lisa Wu gonna definitely have a beverage, baby. All right. Okay, now I got a question. Sonya says in her confessional, she says that, or no, it wasn't in her confessional. When they all land get to the hotel room, she asked, "Did y'all hear about the drama?" And so I'm thinking something like specifically happened in somebody's family before they left for Portugal. She says, "Did you hear about the drama? Candy was in the bathroom sick." How's that drama, Sonya? See, this is Sonya. Sonya really makes my head hurt. How was that drama? How was that drama? Why did you need to approach that like that? See, I feel like y'all really do be coming at Candy. Then when and everybody know I'm not even a big Candy fan, right? But I feel like y'all be reaching, bruh. Y'all be reaching. And I feel like that was a reach, even from production asking Marlo out of all people, girl. Anyway, moving on. Um, Now Drew has a conversation with Manetta, okay? And as they're having a conversation, child, Drew says that she has been to South Africa, but she has never been to Africa before. Did y'all hear what I just said? Drew said that she has been to South Africa, but has never been to Africa before. But AOP is Sonya really, and no shade, because I'm not no woman, but is Sonya really pregnant? Because I have been seeing a lot of stuff that she has been wearing, I guess, to maybe hide or something. I don't know. But I kind of wondered that. Anyway, let's move on. Hey, Kristen. Hey, everybody coming in. Listen, y'all hit that like button, please, please, please. Let's push this up in the algorithm. You guys know that I am not monetized. Okay, I am not monetized. So all of your likes help push me up in the algorithm. So thank you guys so much. I almost feel like my children when she said that. But I gave her. Listen, when she said that, I say, and she should be 5 months pregos. Okay, yeah, I ain't know what to really honestly be looking for, but I was curious because I said, she looks like maybe she might be wearing oversized clothes, maybe to hide it a little bit, or maybe hide it up until now. I don't know. And I think a lot of stuff that she actually posts on social media is old stuff, and I think she just reposted. Um, but anyway, okay, let's get back into the episode. Thank y'all for that. Um, okay, now where do we go from here? Now Kenya has a conversation with Candy, and as they had the conversation, Kenya and Candy state that everybody seems to be good as of right now, and all of that. And then she actually reveals to Candy that Roy told her already about Marlo. Okay, which I'm really glad that he was able to tell about Marlo. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because uh, again, I feel like Kenya gave Marlo way too much in that scene. Yeah, well, I'm glad that he dating me. I feel like she gave her too much. I wouldn't have gave Marlo that. I wouldn't have gave Marlo that energy at all. Drew had me tripping last night when she said she been to South Africa, but not Africa. Honey. And then when she fooled around and called Mayetta's orphanage a village, and she said, "Oh, you have a village over Africa, Mayetta?" Like, no, 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 an orphanage in the village of. I was like, "Oh, Drew, you definitely had a Portia moment, but it's okay. You had a Portia moment. You sure did. You sure did. You had a Portia moment. 365 days of the year. Where that live?" If she was pregnant, why did she announce it? Because it is her storyline. I agree. I agree. But pregnancy or not, she needs to be replaced. Snooze fest. Hey, Shalika, what's going on? What's going on? Another Porsche, another Porsche, another Porsche. Okay, all right. So Kenya, okay. So I already said that, and again, remember, Sanya is bringing this mess up while she's talking to Marlo. She brings up the whole Martell thing again. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about that, but I feel like those two things were two separate situations, right? In my opinion. Okay. But anyway, then Sheree and Drew, we get down, we sit down at dinner, right? And Kenya and Courtney talk out their issues about boundaries and being able to respect the boundary. Kenya said that she saw that Courtney probably talks with her hands and different things of that sort, but it became condescending. And Drew just lets her know like you need to be able to accept what other people's boundaries are, and that's per cousin. Okay, your cousin said that, which I don't really think they cousins, but that's none of my business, really, to be honest. Okay. All right, let's get into now. This is what one of the things that Kenya said on Twitter. Okay, so somebody said, what are we even talking about right now? Sanya, why are you going so hard on Kenya's man after she done helped you raise all of that money for charity? I'm sorry, this fake stuff is too much. And so Kenya responds back and says, because at Sanya Richie Ross is not my friend or neutral, pay attention. I mean, I can agree because I watched that after show and I was really aggravated because how y'all all gonna act like everything Sheree is doing is okay and right. It ain't. It's not whatsoever. Okay. So that was one of the things that Kenya had to say. And I actually agree with her. Sonya is definitely not her friend. Okay. Sonya is not her friend. And I'm also curious that I have this question because I didn't review last week's episode. But why in the world would you not ask your friend Marlo to host the event? See, I feel like when the assistant, the party planner, or whoever it was suggested Kenya, I feel like they knew what they was doing. I feel like production suggested Kenya because they know Kenya know how to get to the bag. Kenya know how to get to the money. Okay. As far as it goes, why wouldn't you, as a friend, Sanya, why wouldn't you ask Marlo? I'm just saying, Marlo does have a personality, so why wouldn't you ask her? I'm just wondering. And that's your friend. That's your friend. It was just a question out of curiosity. Anyway, we get to the dinner, child. We sat down at the dinner. All right. And Sheree brings up the fact that everybody should be able to talk their issues out or be able to talk their situations out. Now, this is where I'm getting ready to drag Sheree for Phil. Because one thing I do not like is I do not like a person that likes to deflect. Okay, so I'm supposed to hand you your rights, just as if I was retweeting and quote retweeting everything you said last night, because everything you said last night was a lie, and it was just stupid. Okay, so they sit down at the table. Now, mind you, in about I think it was either like the third or fourth episode, maybe even the fifth episode. Kenya, Drew, and Sheree go get the IV immune, the ones to help you with your immune system and stuff like that. They go get the IVs, right? As they're getting these IVs, it was already brought up then that Sheree was heard by Drew going on Dish Nation saying that Sheree confiscated She by Sheree at the reunion. Here's my thing when it comes to Sheree. Sheree saying that that wasn't her problem. She don't got nothing to do with it. That's so stupid. I mean, if your brand is She by Sheree, why would your dumb self sit up and say you ain't got nothing to do with the fact that things have been confiscated? Yeah, you have absolutely everything to do with it because that's your business. And I want you to stop being so dumb and irrelevant to certain things. But then you get on this platform and be so mad when somebody dogs out your business or has something to say about your business. Let's talk about them high price jumpsuits you got coming out or supposed to be have coming out that's almost thousands of dollars. Girl, get out of here. What I want you to do is be able to take accountability for where you mess up with your own stuff. You mess up with your own business. Nobody has to sit out here and really have anything built up for She by Sheree. For a business that literally took 15 years to build and you still don't have anything to show for it, you really honestly piss me off a lot. And I'm just being honest because 15 whole years and the person that you are, you have been in moments where you have been elevated to a place to where you could be so successful and you choose not to be. But you got an issue with Drew because Drew is letting you know that you bringing up that lawsuit hurt her feelings, but you was the same person who sat down and tried to crucify Candy for Candy making a moment out of you when you said that she uses you for clickbait. See, Sheree acts like she has amnesia. Now, I heard Candy speak on it. Shout out to Candy and Oliver. I really did enjoy that speak on it. I love Miss Oliver. But anyway, um, I, I just, for the life of me, I don't quite understand. And if multiple people are telling you, your own friend Sonya is telling you that she didn't get not one of your products. And I'm also not understanding if you are going to gift everybody with something, why wouldn't you have that organized? This goes to show that She by Sheree is not organized. Because why wouldn't you have every gift for the castmates organized as to what you're going to give them? Okay, I'm gonna give Marlo a hat, and uh I'm gonna give Candy a t-shirt. That's the way it should have been. But you're saying that you just allow everybody to come pick up something off of the cart when I think that's stupid. You can't be mad at the fact that people are saying that they didn't get anything, and you're trying to coincide and make that go with the fact that your people or somebody took up the items. You're saying that that has nothing to do with you. It's a lie. It has everything to do with you. You want to know why? Because your name Sheree is on it. I don't understand. Sheree, I know you make enough of a book to honestly hire someone that can keep all of these things together for you. But you insist on sitting up here making the viewers look like they're stupid for having an opinion on you that no one wants to deal with your business practices. Let's just keep it a buck. They suck. They suck. You couldn't tell me 14 years after I've come on a show on a national show where people literally see me every week. You are giving the women ammunition to come at you about your business, period. And then you want to get in the corner and cry. Well, you talked about my business. See, I would never talk about your business. Get it together then, Sheree. You want to talk about your business. People gonna talk about it. People talking about it right now. People talking about how they going to the website and seeing that you have a return policy that is completely out of this world. Okay, my bad. You can't return, but you can definitely get a She by Sheen credit. And as you get a Sheen by Sheen credit, you do have a specific amount of days that you can use it. Yeah, yeah, I heard what I said. You don't believe me? Go to our website and look for yourself. My issue with her, and she was being so dismissive to Drew. You didn't have to bring up Drew's lawsuit. You didn't. You didn't. But since you decided to bring up Drew's lawsuit, Drew decided to chew you up. She did. Even though again Drew got up from the table crying, Drew chewed you up in that moment. Because Drew let you know we've already talked about this. And you decide to rehash this as a deflection as to what I'm approaching you about. Okay. Hold on. Let me read her return policy because it's all over the Twitter. Hold on. Um, yeah. Let me tell you something. Again, um, Drew, and again, y'all know Drew is not my favorite. Drew is not my favorite. But it seems like Drew has clocked in this season. That's just facts. It seems like Drew has definitely clocked in this season to let us know what time it is. Okay, so here is her return policy. All returns must be submitted within 7 days of receiving your item for store credit only. No refunds, Return shipping at buyer's expense. The item must be new, never worn, unaltered, tags attached, and free of any fragrances or smells. Special orders, limited edition items, and sale items cannot be returned or cannot receive a store credit. All sales are final with no exceptions. Did y'all hear what I just read, y'all? Now, are y'all ordering from a place like this? Don't Shein got better return policies than this? So, because I don't like the product that you're giving me, you're honestly telling me, even if there's an issue with what I ordered from you, and I don't want to order anything else from you, you gonna make me get a store credit because I don't like it? Sheree is full of Sheree is full of bull pucky. Okay, ain't no way. I'm not ordering nothing like that. One thing I always do is look at your return policy and look at your shipping policy. I ain't fit to do that. Sheree, you do understand that they got better return policies for drop shipping than this. Girl, what are you doing? This is horrible for someone who has their own line. Meaning you can only use it on SheBuySheree.com money, if that's the website. Yep. And it better not smell like cardboard because if it come back smelling like cardboard, you not getting your store credit. Girl, what? Okay, so anyway, they're having this conversation as they sit down. And again, they have already talked about this. They have already talked about the situation in which Sheree is using to deflect from how Drew is actually feeling. She will not take accountability as to the fact that she did hurt Drew's feelings. I feel like again she should have acknowledged that she hurt Drew's feelings, but she did not. Okay. Shouldn't the website work though? Mm. Well, that would child. She said 7-day return and you have to pay. Child. I said within 7 days of receiving your item. Don't forget that. Within 7 days of receiving your item. Okay. I'm over here like, girl, there's no way I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Ain't no way. Baby, I think what's the other one name that the people be modeling for? No, for Fashion Nova. I think Fashion Nova got a better shipping policy than this. And I mean, there are TikToks and Instagram reels and all kinds of stuff with people exposing Sheree for her business practices and how she goes about doing things. There was this one guy who said that he was never charged. I think he was saying that he used Afterpay. No shade to anybody that used Afterpay. He said that he was getting ready to use Afterpay. The order did not completely go through, nor was he charged, and he received over $300 worth of merchandise. Then, when he sends out an email to let her team know what was going on, he said they responded back with nasty attitudes, like they was nasty about the whole thing. So he said he's gonna keep it. I don't think nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna keep it too. You sent it to me, and then you got the nerve to be nasty. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Show Liz. I'm gonna make a coin off for Sheree. She by Shanono. She by ain't nothing there. She by nice try. She by she don't got no charade. She by girl, you don't even use the spring, September, summer thing. Like you charade is y'all can't make me believe that anything is going on in her head. Okay. She just like Martell. The elevator do not stop on every floor. Sheree don't got good sense, y'all. And Sheree, is talking over Drew the whole time. Drew is trying to talk to her, and then she says, "I like this. I like this." Girl, you like the fact that you finna get ate up with the truth? That you bring up something else that you keep saying you was hurt about, but y'all already had a conversation, and then you're upset. And then she also goes on the after show to say that Kenya and Candy are lying. Sheree and Sonya at this reunion, and they are filming the reunion in a couple weeks, from what I hear, by the end of this month. Good luck, boo. Good luck, boo. Cause y'all gonna get ate up. And if you don't get ate up, I hope you get ate up. Okay. Well, anyway, y'all, that is pretty much the review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. This is season 15, episode 10. Okay. Healing by Sheree. But girl, I don't know how you healing and you can't even heal yourself, child. I'm so with Drew on that. So with Drew on that. Okay. So listen, y'all. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what you rating this episode. What are your feelings and your thoughts on this episode? Remember, this is just reality TV show. We ain't got to fall out about our opinion at all. Listen, bless the channel by hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will be sure to see you guys in the next video. And again, please, please, please make sure you hit that like button. And again, if you'd like to bless the channel, it is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All right, see y'all in the next one. Peace.